So the Lanterns trailer's finally out, huh? And man, there's no green, no space, no constructs, and the ring doesn't even seem to work. There's no sign of the emotional spectrum. Hal's suit looks like bad cosplay, doesn't it? And his ring has yellow details on it. Yellow, guys, the color of fear, the literal opposite of the Green Lantern Corps. We need to have a serious talk about everything we just saw in this official trailer. Let's get into it. If you follow the channel, you know I've been calling this. Ever since they cast the two actors for Hal Jordan and John Stewart, I've been telling you what to expect. At first, I tried to stay positive. Maybe something big was coming. Then the first official image dropped and we saw the leads without suits. The teaser came out and we saw nothing but Hal's ring with those yellow accents. I've talked about the synopsis, the showrunner's comments, and James Gunn's vision before. I said back then that this might attract casual viewers, but for a hardcore Green Lantern fan, this concept is just depressing. I was worried, and if you watch my videos, you were too. Now the full trailer's here and it's worse than I imagined. Look, I want DC to win. I'm a huge DC fan and I've been rooting for the DCU since day one. I want to see the Green Lanterns shine in live action, preferably in green, right? But I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna pretend this is good when it clearly isn't. We have to praise what's good, but we have to call out the trash when we see it. And it's not just me. The online reaction has been an absolute massacre. Call me a hater all you want, just like you did when I critiqued Lobo's look. But people are making memes and fan editing the suit just to get the color right. Minutes after the trailer dropped, fans did a better design job than the entire art department of this show. Let's break down every detail that ruins what a Green Lantern is. First, the obvious. Hal Jordan's suit looks like a piece of moss green leather, almost brown, hanging in a closet. Listen, based on the comics, a Green Lantern suit isn't supposed to be clothes. It's a construct of the ring. It's made of solid green energy manifested by willpower. When a lantern activates the ring, that energy should wrap around their body in that iconic green aura with the symbol glowing on the chest like a shield of light. Isn't that what you picture when you think of Green Lantern? It's one of the most iconic looks in DC history, right up there with Superman and Batman. And what did they give us? A leather vest on a hanger. It looks like a CW show costume. Actually, some CW suits look better. It looks like budget convention cosplay. And the color, bro, the color. It's moss green. It's poop color. Green Lantern mythology is literally about bright, emerald glowing colors. DC is supposed to be about vibrant palettes. That dark and gritty versus marvelous colorful discourse is 2010. Green represents the emotional spectrum of will. It's supposed to be luminous. It's a light that shines in the darkness of space. They made it look like mud. It looks like clay. And here's the detail that actually pissed me off. Look at Hal's ring in the trailer. Look closely. It has yellow details. If you read the comics, you know this is a massive mistake. Yellow is the classic weakness of the green rings. It's their kryptonite. Yellow represents fear. It's the color of Sinestro, the Joker to Hal's Batman. It's the color of Parallax. For decades, green rings couldn't even affect anything yellow. And these guys just put yellow on Hal's ring. It proves what I suspected. The people making this show don't understand the basic lore. Either that or they just don't care and wanted to play Yellowstone with Green Lantern characters. Even if it's foreshadowing for Hal becoming Parallax, nobody wants that right now. Zack Snyder filmed in his garage on a cell phone and did a better job characterizing a lantern. There are fan films on YouTube with better visuals than this. Even the 2011 Ryan Reynolds movie, with all its flaws, had better design concepts and core lore than this. Now, moving past the suit, let's talk about the story. The trailer shows zero ring constructs. That is the character's defining power, creating anything out of solid energy using willpower. It's just not there. That's like a Flash trailer where he doesn't run, or a Superman trailer where he doesn't fly. There's no space, no cosmos, no Oa, no Guardians, no core. Maybe they show up later, but you can't start the DCU Lanterns by completely ignoring their setting. Everything the cast and crew have said suggests this is grounded. So grounded that if we see any lantern elements, they'll be subtle and rare. It's like making an Aquaman movie set in space and taking him out of the water. Why? We're trading space opera for Nebraska? Deserts, police stations, and cowboys? That has nothing to do with the essence of the lanterns. The Lanterns are the most cosmic characters in DC. Their sector, 2814, has 500 million galaxies. Their job is to patrol that. They deal with planetary and galactic threats. Mogo, a living planet, is a member. Taking lanterns out of space is like taking the Norse mythology out of Thor, or the corruption out of Gotham. I knew this would happen because James Gunn and the showrunner said it would. It's like True Detective or Fargo. Those are 10 out of 10 shows, but they have nothing to do with Green Lantern. It's the X-Men in black leather jacket from the 2000s all over again. It's Dragon Ball Evolution again. It's that studio shame of adapting superheroes as they actually are. The worst part was when Hal Jordan said he doesn't talk to the other core members because he's the only human. He says they're aliens, one's a squirrel. I need to take a deep breath, guys. The Power Ring has automatic translation. This shows the level of knowledge of the producers. The core of their job is communicating with trillions of alien life forms. If Hal can't talk to aliens, he literally can't do his job. And Chip, the squirrel he mentions, he's a fan favorite, a total badass. And Hal talks about him like a joke. Bro, Hal Jordan is friends with aliens. His best friend is Kilowog. His daily life is interacting with alien squirrels and kicking alien butt. This isn't just a lore error, it's a character assassination. Comic book Hal is the most cosmically integrated hero in DC. He's not a grumpy old man isolated in the Midwest who thinks aliens are weird. The dynamic between Hal and John Stewart also bothered me. Hal calls John Jr. and acts like the grumpy old mentor. That's such a cliche. John Stewart has a military background. He's not a junior. They should be closer in age. They're partners, equals, members of the same organization. This should be a buddy cop story, not a master and apprentice thing. It's wrong. By casting a 60-year-old Kyle Chandler as a tired Hal and Aaron Pierre as a young John, it's clear they're just setting up a passing of the torch. Hal is going to be gone and John will be the main guy. And look, John deserves to be the lead, Aaron Pierre is great casting, but you don't have to sacrifice Hal Jordan to make that happen. They can both coexist. They do it in the comics all the time, along with Guy Gardner, Kyle Rayleigh, and Jessica Cruz. You don't need to retire the most badass Lantern just to start the universe. We're at the start of the DCU, the intro to the Lanterns, and they're already retiring Hal. They're passing the torch without showing Hal in his prime, without showing him in space. They're building the end before they build the beginning. It's the same mistake Zack Snyder made with the Justice League. And there's a quick scene where Hal flies, but there's no green aura, no glowing symbol. He's just floating like Superman without a cape. The aura is part of the visual identity. It's the energy that protects them from the vacuum of space and radiation. Without it, he's just a guy floating. It has zero visual identity. Let's be real, guys. This trailer shows that this show isn't for Lantern fans, even if the story ends up being good. They're not respecting the elements that make Green Lantern special, and it's becoming a pattern. Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow is a masterpiece of color and medieval cosmic art, but the trailer looks generic and colorless. Now Lanterns is True Detective Nebraska with no green, no powers, and no constructs. James Gunn promised the DCU would be centered on the comics and honor the fans, but what we're seeing is a studio that's ashamed of being superhero, ashamed of color, power, and fantasy. Except for Superman, the rest of the DCU looks like the Fox version of the 2000s. Look, I want to be wrong. I want this show to be incredible. I want the constructs to blow our minds in the finale. I want Ulrich Thompson's Sinestro to be epic. But based on this trailer and the production choices, I'm disappointed. Genuinely disappointed. The Green Lanterns deserved grandeur, not a generic police procedural that's ashamed of its source material. I don't know what to expect anymore. I'm frustrated. Tell me in the comments, what did you think of the trailer? Do you agree with me? Am I overreacting? I want to know if I'm the only one feeling this way. If you like this rant, drop a like, subscribe, and share this with your Green Lantern and DC fanboy friends. We cover all the superhero news and reviews here. Thanks for being here, guys. Until next time.